Back in the 17th century, Simón Bolivar was a dude and he wanted to unite this country, but his dreams fell through.
Why?
We're here to tell you.
U.S., us, we were the ones who dominated Latin America with guns. Through direct imperialism, that's how we came. Yeah, we know we're the ones to blame.
All in all, we wanted that dough. We stormed in just for that cash flow. Mineral wealth and trade, that was our game. We built the Panama Canal for our own personal gain.
Why?
We had a lot of haters, but that's okay. We were pretty dang successful anyway. You're probably wondering if they fought back. Well, they didn't, really. It's aggression they lack. We'll give you the details, who, what, when, where, why, so don't you fret, this isn't goodbye.
Word.
Who was doing it? The U.S. imposed their ideas on Latin America. This caused resentment towards the U.S.
What were the primary motives? The main motives that caused the U.S. to take control of Latin America were money, natural resources, and trade. The U.S. believed that mineral and agricultural wealth could become a very large profit.
The United States forced direct imperialism on the people of Latin America. Direct imperialism is where the mother country of or the country taking over sends officials and soldiers to administer the places they take over. The United States imposed imperialism on specific countries in Latin America. In Chile, they wanted to impose imperialism because Chile contained copper and nitrates, which were lots of natural resources. In Argentina, they had an excess of livestock and wheat, which were both necessities in everyday living. In Brazil, they contained coffee beans to make coffee and had sugar and many supplies to make rubber. In Mexico, they had built a lucrative oil industry, which foreigners, such as the United States, invested in modern ports and railroads to help carry goods from interior to coastal cities. Successes.
The Panama Canal was a big success that came out of U.S. imperialism. Some goals of building this canal include increasing speed of shipping and commerce across the Americas to raise the amount of more imports and exports, increasing security because officials believed the canal created speedier naval transportation, as well as increasing financial profit through charging foreign customers to gain access to the canal.
Failures.
The failures of the United States imperialism went hand in hand with the resistance. The native people were resentful towards the mark that the Yankee imperialists, or U.S. imperialists, left on Latin America. These marks were cultural and economical. Another one of the great failures was the Monroe Doctrine. This document states that any act from an outside power that interferes with U.S. political policies will be seen as an act of aggression. However, our acts in Latin America contradicted our own document reissued by the president at the time, Theodore Roosevelt. We held the power to intervene in any Latin American affairs that we view as a wrongdoing. Furthermore, we restricted European forces from expanding into the Western Hemisphere, while we, the United States, took control of Latin America. Although we were hypocritical, leading to a strong resentment, our successes outweighed the failures.
What forms did the resistance take?
When most people think of resistance, people think of the physical aspect of it. But this was not the case with imperialism in Latin America. Instead, there was a deep resentment directed towards the United States of America. This deep resentment never elevated to physical resistance.
Guess what? We're back and better than ever. We really hope you thought our video was clever.
Now that you heard all you need to know, we want to make sure you got all the info. Recap!
First, Latin America was in unrest. Then the United States put them to the test.
It wasn't a bluff, we just wanted their stuff.
Like natural resources, trade, and more, but fortunately their resistance had no gore.
The Panama Canal was our biggest win, but the Monroe Doctrine didn't make us grin.
Thanks for listening. It sure did rock.
Shout out to our main man, the albino croc.